Hello, YouTube! I am Penstar, and this is Oxygen Not Included Strategy and Tactics, episode 13. So, in our last episode, first off, I do want to apologize. Yes, the in-game sound was really loud last episode. My kids must have turned it up all the way up to max, and I didn't realize it when I recorded it. But we have we fixed it. It should be back to normal levels now. So sorry about that, and thank you for pointing it out. Anyway, in our last episode, we started building our mystery project here. We will be concluding, well, not completely concluding, but making our way through our mystery project here as soon as we're done hollowing this beast out. And as one of my viewers correctly identified, yes, the purpose of this is a fertilizer factory. But we're not quite ready for it yet. There's a few more components that we need to build for it that we kind of want to get up and running. That will make it complete, let us say. We'll get a ladder down here. Oh yeah, and not those. Not yet, anyway. Hey, we're finally getting down to these. Hey, maybe the clothing will actually legitimately be useful to me when it comes to building the heat and cold resistant outfits, respectively. Also, I think we are getting pretty close to harvesting our glut of sleet wheat here, which works for me. That's the other reason I wanted to get all this extra food storage space up here. Because, yeah, that should be the only one that stores seeds. Right? We're going to copy settings here to make sure that nobody is storing seeds, except for the ones that we want to store seeds, aka the refrigerators, because those sleet wheat bits count as quote-unquote seeds. Oh, there's a nice little place for the hatch to live. There, you can chill there, buddy. Hey, more muck roots. That works. And actually, I'm actually not quite done yet. This is actually going to be a 3-layer dip here, so to speak. How are we on our copper? Yeah, it looks like they're starting to pick away at the copper here. We don't need this here. This was actually where I was originally going to put my my fertilizer maker thing, but I've decided this little area is going to be used for something else. Right then, gas permeable tile goes down here. And actually, that should be all the gas permeables that we need. We can dig these out. Get one more airlock down here. Oops. That's one too shy. Down here. There we go. And of course we will wrap this up lovingly. And this time we don't need gas permeables down at that end. And I'm hollowing this beast out for a very specific reason. Now, I mean, yeah, this part's pretty much done. I could start slapping down fertilizer makers if I wanted to, but I don't. There's a reason why I'm doing it in this order. Who is stressed? Mima is stressed. That's okay. We still want one more dupe in the... We need it to be a cook. Absolutely need to be a cook. Yeah, this thing's doing its thing. We're going to need a little bit more power generation than we have at the moment, but that's kind of the plan. Yeah, everybody coming down here to build from the bottom. The water's been sucked down to exactly the right level here to where this whole project works. Otherwise, I'd have to deal with flooding if I had tried this a little bit earlier. So, you know, sleeping in a cloud of chlorine, that's nice and healthy. You know, I wonder, now that I've hooked up my stuff to the transformers, if keeping these batteries around is such a good idea. Might not be, actually, because they're probably drawing more power than they need. Well, actually, we should always keep at least one battery. I probably should have kept one of the full ones. Well, too late now. Alright, these things are churning away. Eventually we'll run out of polluted... You know what? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you to store algae itself as well. Just because we can. And the other thing I think I'm going to do is I'm going to make this as if it were a normal fat stairway, except stopping at that. So we'll dig those out, slap a gas permeable on you, and call it a day. And then we'll just stop there because we don't want to doom our base to Fartland. I know, I'm giving you guys a lot to do. I've got even more. When I was saying last episode that we got a big building project ahead of us, this project this project spans a large portion of the base here in terms of setup. We haven't even covered half of what we're going to be setting up to get this whole thing working. That is just the little bits and pieces of it. Yeah, we got Koopy-Doop cranking out the loaves as we speak. Yeah, this thing keeps melting and freezing. How is our temperature doing? Yeah, despite all this electronics here, this place is staying nice and chilly, just the way I like it. There's still quite a predominantly huge amount of oxygen in here from all the pumping I did before. Sandstone, igneous. Yeah, there's nothing really exciting to dig out over here. As long as you guys do your thing, then that's fine. Yeah, this area is going to be a little bit slower going just because of the breathless factor here. even more mealwood seeds. All right, let's speed things up a bit more here. We should be getting a new duplicant, yeah, pretty soon. Tomorrow morning is when we'll formally get it. Yeah, and all of our vents are overpressurized, which is a good thing, ultimately speaking. And yeah, these things are starting to charge up, which is also a good thing. So we've got the juice going here. We are still going to need them to get all this copper, because this is, as I have alluded to before, is a big build. And actually, I do want to have these tiles built out like this, just so we can support... Oh, might as well... We're going to go out this way, we might as well go all the way. We're just going to be material harvesting and what have you. We should plug up this thing to force these guys to eat. Let's see if we can do that real quick. We can catch them before they catch their. Come on. Someone build it before they get down there. Someone build it before they get down that little pit. Ha! And now these guys are forced to eat 24/7. Which will make this whole thing more efficient. I think I might replace one of these fridges with a just a holder. Did you just drop off 427 milligrams of fertilizer? Why even bother? I mean, seriously, why even bother? And also, why even bother with this thing? I think we're about done with this thing. No need to waste the water. Or the algae, for that matter. Alright, the top zone is done. But again, we want to wait for all this to get dug out, and you'll see why I want to wait. Because this needs to be done in phases for it to work properly, or at least work the way I want it to work, which is hopefully properly. If it's not, then, well, I screwed something up. And any minute now, everyone's going to get really distracted by all this sleet wheat going live here, which I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining at all. Oh, yeah, well, you get distracted by these things, too. Yeah, we still have some top tier level ones here. So we are continuing to swim in mealwood seeds. And there's our new dupe. And once again, though, I'm going to wait till morning because that's my thing. That's my plan and I'm sticking to it. Oh, Ellie, will you stop feeling sick? I mean, seriously. Yeah, we've spread out the CO2 blanket here. Now, is this... Uh-oh. We need more CO2 down here. Refrigerator, is that... Yeah. Let's do a little something here to help ourselves out, because we, in the name of food sanitation, we shall set up a coal power plant. That's right, folks, in the name of sanitation. No, seriously, we need to set this up. This was not part of the original plan, but I need to push this oxygen out of here. And in order to do that, I need to get the CO2 pumping. Because we need to get that away from here. Because otherwise, this is going to go bad. Oh, yeah, more of that. Yeah, you can see it's starting to go south. Yeah, we just need to get this freaking oxygen out of here. That is no bueno. Dana, what the heck was that? Alright, come on, cook. Cook. You're not really a cook. You're no. You're no. Yeah, we'll juice them. And actually, one of the other things we can do to hopefully... Yeah, one of the other things we can hopefully do is this. We are going to get some plumbing in here. Going to get a gas pump. Get it right there. Get a gas vent down here. And we are going to pump the gas a very short distance. This may seem like a rather silly thing to do. It's not. Trust me, it's not a silly thing to do. Well, no, we don't need to go quite that crazy. We just need to get this oxygen out of here. We've disrupted our precious CO2. Most players try and get rid of this stuff. Nuh-uh, not here. There you go, Ellie. Build! Build faster! We are probably ultimately going to be deconstructing this, but we need to get this oxygen out of here first. Push it out. Push him back. Way back. Someone deliver some coal. There you go. Get that beautiful CO2 a-flowing. Get that oxygen out of here. This is what I am talking about. We gotta get you back to a sterile environment. Toot sweet. And the other thing is we want to basically empty out these chambers of CO2. Well, not completely. We're not going to be able to get it that strongly, but we need to pump the CO2 that was basically trapped in here, which is the reason why this whole CO2 cloud got thinned out in the first place. We want to push that back out. And basically empty this place of CO2. Yeah, there's going to be remnants of a little bit of everything. But we just need more CO2. I mean, yes, I know, I could just connect the power. I might have to, at least for the time being. I didn't want to. This might start overloading the circuit too. So it is a temporary measure. In fact, so temporary that we will, we're going to throw a power switch right there so I can turn it on and off easily. There, little old-fashioned manual control here. Hey, you guys just keep doing your thing. Yeah, this thing needs to get turned off too. I'm gonna throw an Atmos switch here to regulate its aggressiveness, because otherwise it's just sucking up power. Aha! Now look at that. All the sleet wheat. All the sleet wheat. And all of those. Yeah, come on, coal generator. More carbon dioxide. Breathable. Yeah, it has to like really, really be deep in. Toasty surroundings. Okay, only go if above 500. So that will slow that down. Alright, let's actually get to building the things that I wanted to build. Because, yeah. We got some stuff to build. Alright, so let's start out with our fertilizer makers. We're going to go uno, a dos, a tres. Do we have enough for all these? I think we do. We're going to be setting all of those up. It may seem like a lot, and it is a lot, but there's a reason for all of that. Now, the other thing that we're going to be doing here is we're going to be diverting a few things into here. We're actually going to be diverting all the polluted water from these toilets. We're no longer going to be watering our mealwood plants. We've got enough seeds. We don't need to have them start continuously cropping up as perfects. So we're going to get you there, you there, you there. You there, you there, you there. The other thing we're going to do here is we're going to divert the this thing down here. Now, this isn't quite as critical because it's, well, it's well, no, yeah, there we go. We're going to go down here. That won't break anything horrible, will it? No, it won't. Oops. There. And then what we're going to do here is we're going to deconstruct liquid pipes. We're going to pop this pipe and this pipe. That will prevent... Oh, and that pipe and that pipe. That will prevent these from getting those. Well, actually, hang on. We're going to hold off on deconstructing those until we're ready to start accepting that. It will take a little while. And yeah, it looks like we have run out of slime here, so these things aren't pumping out anything. But that's okay. Here, we'll have them deconstruct that liquid pipe so that they can start using these. Oh yeah, when you deconstruct a pipe that is full of liquid, that liquid will then pour out, and since these were polluted oxygen or polluted water pipes, we're going to have to do some mopping. But that's to be expected. I would not classify this as a disaster. We just got to mop this stuff up. The other thing that we're going to do here is we're actually going to give our dupes another set of bathrooms. We're going to put another set of bathrooms on the other side. Now, part of the reason is we want to space them out. We want them on different sides of the base. So that's my reason for putting them all the way over here. And since this one over here is 2 showers and a lavatory, over here we're going to do 2 lavatories and a shower. Now, handily enough, and since it doesn't really matter the temperature of the water, we're just going to draw water from here. We're not even going to bother from the freezing area. So for our clean water, we'll just draw off from here. And for our dirties, get a liquid bridge, like so. There we go, perfect. Alright, you guys getting... Alright, yeah, you guys are getting picked and replaced. It is considered refrigerated, because it's cold enough over here, which is good, because it's sitting in the yuck. So once all of this nonsense is taken care of, is this considered, Here, we'll turn this off for the moment. Is there, yeah, there's still a little more liquid there. Oh yeah, we also got to get our power lines over here. This is all going to be one circuit, which is also why I wanted to shut those things off. Actually, hang on. I don't want to turn on the power just yet. We'll turn on almost all the power, but not all the power. We want to get everything else ready before we turn the main power lines on here. Alright, refrigerator. I wish it would tell us. Alright, we'll keep an eye on that fresh rating. If it continues to decline, then we know we're in trouble. But we're starting to push it back. Alright, speed up the thing here. Still at 97% fresh, which makes me happy. We'll keep this manual switch on here, just in case we ever need it. But yeah, I want all of these built and also all the plumbing ready to go. And then I'll shut off the plumbing to this one, to these. Oh, that's the other thing I wanted to do here is we are going to shut down the plumbing to these guys because again, now that these are coming up due, these are going to be our primary food source, so we don't need to waste as many resources trying to perfect these, and we've got some extra seeds. So you guys are just going to use up whatever water you got left, and we will stop siphoning off the water from there. Yeah, breathe up that oxygen. Get rid of it. Turn it into carbon dioxide. All right. Yeah, we're still looking good. All right, these things are about ready. So I think it's time to start our engines a flowing here. Now, one thing that we need to do here is we need to deconstruct this. This was just a temporary, oh crap, we got to get more CO2 out here. Now, the other thing we need to do here is to lock these. Lock these. Lock them. Somebody lock them. Thank you. Oh, wait. Hang on. Lock this one too. Because what we don't want, I mean, yes, these are going to be spitting out fertilizer, and yes, we need fertilizer, or they're not going to be permanently locked. What we don't want is we don't want people constantly going in and out, 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 trying to get little tiny bits of fertilizer, and letting all this good stuff out. So that's kind of our reasoning. But yeah, now we're operating on all cylinders. Let's deconstruct some liquid pipes here to shut off access to the rest of these. Yeah, this one will continue to get polluted water hydration, but that's going to be the only one. And yeah, we gotta do some mop and glow. That's the one downside. Did I miss one? Nope, I think we got it all. Good. Yeah, so now all the polluted water is going into here. And if we take a look at our... Yep. You're, this one's a little bit confused as to where to go. But that's okay, as long as it's making its way there. I think we can take this one down. It's the CO2 cloud is healing itself. Although, might want to leave you down here for a little bit. I need more CO2. Now, what are we going to do with all this natural gas that's being produced? Well, obviously we're going to pump it somewhere, but where and why? Well, the natural conclusion to this is, well, the whole reason for making fertilizer makers is not actually for fertilizer. It's for the natural gas that they produce, and also to have a way to deal with all the polluted water that our base puts out. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a natural gas generator. We're actually going to get 2 of them because 3 of those can supply 2 of these. So these 2. We also need to go mesh tiles. All mesh tiles down here. So you can see why I needed a lot of copper. We also need heavy wire to plug that into the rest of it. We need a, let's see here. We need gas piping. And yeah, you got a little bit of a trek, Mr. Gas Piping, but that's okay. Ooh, nope, not popping that. There we go. That should provide both of those quite well. Now, the other thing about these is that they are going to be spitting out CO2. And there's going to be a little bit of a specific setup that I'm going to want to do for that. Namely, this. We're going to go gas permeable, dig you up. Actually, we want... Yeah, we'll do that. We don't even need to dig this up. We'll just dig the tiles out. There we go. So yeah, these are just slowly going to be filling this whole place up. And yeah, it's going to be spitting out fertilizer. And once we run out of fertilizer, I'll unlock the doors so that everyone can get a big ol' run of fertilizer and actually pick it up in efficiently large quantities. But for now, that will keep all the gas in here nice and contained. Oh, that was the other thing. So now that we've built all these bathrooms, we don't need the manual ones anymore. We can deconstruct the old school ones. We don't want them using that anymore because that's not going to be our source of fertilizer anymore. So what we're going to do is we'll deconstruct them. Any remaining polluted dirt will get transported up here. We'll let those compost finish themselves, and now we've freed up some space. We have upgraded our technology. And yeah, we have some freed up space here too. We could just put more storage compactors or what have you. Yeah, just a little smidge-a-meter of polluted dirt in here. Just to get them taken care of. Once this area gets pressurized enough, the Atmos switch will kick it on. But yeah, now that everyone, oh, you're back to our little band of chlorine here. But yeah, now everybody's gonna have to use the lavatory if they're gonna want to relieve themselves. Let's slow things down. Oh yeah, let's go meet our new person. Cooking! I don't care what else you have. Can't dig it, yokel. That's fine. Max, welcome aboard. We needed you for so long, Max. Let's get you hooked up with a... Well, first off, Max, you get to cook. And Max, we have idlers. We'll take care of that. There we go. Jeez. Yeah, we're slowly getting them in here. We're going to cause some wrong element damage once we get the carbon dioxide out of here. Once this thing, yeah, frost buns, continuous. Once it gets its power, of course. Yeah, there you go, Max. Come on. We're, do you guys not, oh, I see. We, curious. Alright, well here, we'll do this. Gas permeable tile, storage compactor, and you're gonna just have sleet wheat. That'll take care of some of our idlers. Okay, you are going to be just seed sleet wheat grain at a 6, please. And that should take care of our idlers as they all start grabbing them. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Oh yes, so these things are, we're going to put our flower vases up here. For the moment, actually, we're going to get our gas vent. We're going to put it right here, and I'll explain why in a little bit. Actually, you know what? We're going to make this gas vent out of wolframite. We want this one out of wolframite because we want the vent to be nice and cold. The rest of it can be like this. So, all right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to draw this up this way. The only reason why I'm diverting this up here is that I know that we're going to be pumping out some carbon dioxide, and I don't want all of that to go into here as wrong element damage. So we're just going to for the moment divert it up here. Pump it out, pump the rest of it out, and then go from there. There you go, Koopy Doop. Keep cooking. Yeah, you can see the little band of carbon dioxide in here. This natural gas is getting so compressed. We'll kick this thing on soon, as soon as we're ready to deal with it. Probably in our next episode. Yeah, we want to make sure all this is opened up here. We'll clear this out in case that's another sleet wheat, or in case that's another Wheezewort. There we go. I know how to speak. All right, folks. So this is, well, we got almost all of our project complete here. All we need to do really is to flip the switch and get it running. Which we will do in our next episode. So if you like this episode and you want to see more like it, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and leave me a comment, good, bad, or indifferent. Your feedback's always welcome. So until next time, this has been Pinstar, signing out. See ya.